Hello. So I'm doing a new PC build, and this time around I'm using MicroATX, both the motherboard and the case. And I thought it would be kind of easy to work with this case, but no. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And the case is a fractal design Pop Air Mini. And yeah, this is sort of the right side of it all, or the back side of the motherboard. So you can see, yeah, all the cables as the motherboard. And yeah, these SSDs, you can see, they are mounted on a bracket, and the bracket is then screwed onto the case itself. I thought I would have that, or those two, the bracket inside the case, or the other side of the case, because when I close this off, put the panel back here, it's going to be pretty tight, and those SSDs are not going to get any ventilation, and that's why I wanted to put them on the other side. I'm going to show you why I don't. So yeah. Okay, I turned the case around, and I haven't mounted the graphics card and the recording card, the capture card yet. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see it, but they are like holes here, one there and one there, and then you have a little hole over there. And this is where the SSD bracket will go. So the idea was to have them here, so they can get a little bit cooling from the fans. But no, sure, I can mount it, but the problem is the cables, both the power and the SATA cables. So they are, I don't know if you can see it really, but they are cutouts at the bottom right over here. So it's about 4 centimeters wide. So it's kind of starts at the back and ends right over here. So it's quite, and that's the audio cable going there to the front audio. And then we have another cutout. It starts right over here with the power cable right over here. And then it ends right over there, where the, right over here. So I can't put the SATA cables right down. I had to drag them over here to this cutout. So why can't they have a cutout all the way for the SATA ports? So the cutout ends over here, but it should end over here, kind of. The same thing with this. There's a cutout right here, but as you can see, it kind of ends right there, where the SATA ports are. So I wish the cutout would go all the way down, because if it had been a cutout right over there, I could have the cables, power cables, and the SATA for the SSDs right over here. Yeah, so the cable management in the Mini is kind of bad. I actually do have the big brother of this case over here. Yeah, so this is my main computer, and this is the Pop Air Max, the biggest one. It was kind of a breeze to work in. You can see the front there as well. Yeah, so that's the big brother, and this is the Mini. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass to work with. I'm also including the this is the fan that comes with it from Fractal Design, so 2 in the front, 120 millimeters, and the modern fans today have 4 pins for the power connector, so they are PWM controlled, but included the ones in this have 3 pins, so they are DC controlled. And yeah, and the motherboard only have 2 connectors for chassis fans. So there's one right over here. You can barely see it, but it's to the left of the M.2 cooler there. And then it got one right at the back of the 24 pin. But there are 3 fans. So, but the fans have sort of a pass-through connector. So it have 2 connectors, one that you connect to the motherboard and one pass-through. So the fans at the front, they use one of the connector at the motherboard. And it's kind of funny that the motherboard have 2 chassis connectors for the fans, but it have 3 connectors for RGB. So there's one at the bottom right there, and then there's like 2 at the top over there next to the 24 pin. That's kind of weird. You have 2 power connectors but 3 RGB connectors. It is a budget motherboard, but what the hell. But yeah, everything fits. I still have the power cable for the graphics card. And this, we'll see how this will work. I will actually have the capture card at the bottom. So let's see if actually if it hits any cables. So yeah, so this one will go right here. Let's see if I can actually, yeah. It will be pretty tight. So it will kind of, you see the damn cables. Ooh. So it will go on the bottom slot here. It will end up over there. So I was worried if it would hit that cable there. I can't really connect any cables underneath there later on. So yeah, this will be a tight fit. So graphics card could go to the top slot. Let's see, where is, yeah, that's the top slot. And then you have 2 slots down there. So it will be a tight fit. So I'm starting to regret getting this, but what the hell, when everything is mounted, I'm going to leave it as it is. Same thing with this SATA connectors. The SATA cables that come with it is this plastic. They are very thick and they are kind of hard to work with. And I can't use this with this case because they are too thick. So instead I got this a lot thinner cables. They are more flexible and easier to work with. And they are also numbered. It says P2 and P1. So yeah. So I got most of the things in. I just got to install the graphics card and the capture card. So yeah. Okay, graphics card and the capture card is in right over there. And it was a little bit of a pain in the ass to mount those as well. I have to remove all the all these black brackets to get the card in and then put back the bracket again. So but yeah, it's a bit of a tight fit, but yeah, it works. I can put another card in between those 2 cards. I can put another one here, so I can put one 10 gigabit card here if I want to. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But it's now finally mounted. I'm not going to use any NVMe drives or M.2 drives because I'm going to do a special dual boot with the 2 SSDs, and I don't want to mess with the bootloaders. So if I decide to not use any of the operating system, I can just disconnect that drive and continue with whatever I want to run with. So yeah, and what I do is just disable one of the SATA ports in the BIOS, or switch them. So yeah, but anyway, it's a 10-minute video. I just wanted to tell you it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. It's a cute little machine. So yeah, it's kind of nice if you just want sort of a gaming PC. Have a big, you can have a pretty big card. So yeah, I think you can have like a 40 centimeter cards in here. So yeah, everything is installed. So yeah, catch you later.